Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Man. You know, we love to talk about cars. And today we're going to be speaking about the best inexpensive vehicle to purchase and the best expensive vehicle to purchase. I haven't personally driven all of these different brands of vehicles, but something that I noticed was the vehicles that's on the road, them the ones that seem to be lasting long. Like, if there is a car that is an older car and it's still out there, and that brings me to something else. I need to write another one down on the list. Then I would say that that's a good car to get because this car is being out here. A lot of cars have become discontinued over the years, or they had manufacturer problems where they had to get pulled off the market. If there's still a vehicle out here and we're in 2023 and you out here driving in the '09, then I'm gonna start asking questions like, okay, like, what's up with that? Let's start with the most cheap cars to buy. That is one of the best vehicles to purchase. A Cavalier. That one just came to my mind, so I'm actually gonna write that down. A Cavalier is the little cars that kind of looks like a Cobalt, and they're usually like purple or gray. You usually see them in a 4-door, and they have like the really tiny eyes on the car, so it's like a really, really little car. Cavaliers have been out here. Like I said, it's still 2023. And if you still see a Cavalier, there has to be something about that. It's something about an older car that still runs good. You can buy an older car with high mileage as long as the work was kept up. You kept that oil change up. You kept making sure that everything was good on that car. Like, it doesn't, sometimes the miles play a part in the car, but the most important thing, sometimes we be so pressed about the body of the car or this and this and that, but it's not about that. It's about what's on the inside. Just like about us, we'll look at somebody and be like, girl, dang, he fine, but he got mental problems. Like, it's something on the inside. So yeah, that car might not, or we'll be like, ugh, like, that's ugly. And really, that is a good man. Like, you looking at him like, ugh, he ugly, I want to talk to him because he got something wrong with him. And in reality, that would have been the man of your dreams, and you just, looking at him crazy because he got some type of disability or something that's going on. So just like a car, everybody wants a scat pack, everybody wants something fast and things like that, but you have to not look at what somebody else has and look at what can you afford. What will you be able to, keep up with? Do you need a fast car or do you need a slow car? Sometimes we want stuff because other people got it and we don't even know how we would be able to maintain it if we had it. A Cavalier is a really, really nice car to have. It's a smaller car. I'm starting to like smaller vehicles because, it's isolation. Everybody can't get in. This is a private party, you can't get in, period. And in a bigger car. So it's just different things that you have to look towards when you're purchasing a car, and not because of what somebody else got, but the best thing that will fit for you. Alexis Love Beauties, Flawless Men, Princess Beauties, and Prince, because y'all know our children, they're growing up. For anybody that's looking for a car, I would say the best older car to get would be a Cavalier. And that brings me to number 2. The Cobalt. The Chevy Cobalt is a very nice car to get. The Cobalt is another older car, and it's a really small car. The Cobalt is bigger than the Cavalier. The Cobalt can come in a 2-door, a 4-door. Usually you see the Cobalts in a 2-door, and the Cobalt is still here. These are older, smaller cars. You have to understand that when you're going to go, and this is another thing too, a car that they're still selling at the car lot. They're still selling these vehicles at the car lot. They're getting these vehicles shipped from everywhere just to sell them in your neighborhood, in your area, because it's a good car. These cars are inexpensive. Like, you can get one of these cars, depending on a few different things, your bank and where you're getting it from and different things like that. The mileage still always matter when they're selling vehicles, but like I said, some things you can bypass. Because me doing my research, I seen somebody said they drove a Cobalt for 400,000 miles. So to me personally, I wouldn't think it's no problem. I'd probably even buy a Cobalt at 200,000 miles. If I did the research, somebody said they drove it for 400,000 miles. And this comment was made in, I think, like 2019. This was an older person, and they still driving that car. Now, I just read the comment in 2023. I'm going to get a Cobalt because I'll probably trust to buy that at 200,000 miles at $1,000-some and have that versus getting a newer car that, now I'm in debt because I got a whole bunch of other things going on. So the Cobalt and the Cavalier are really, really nice cars. They're smaller cars. Like I said, it doesn't really, whatever you want, it depends on what you want, what you're expecting. But if you're looking for something really cheap and nice, always do your extended research. But I know that Cavalier, that Cobalt is still on the road, and them Chevy Tahoes is still on the road. Them Chevy Tahoes is still out there. Chevy is a good car brand in general. I mean, I pretty much say anything Chevy. The only thing I really kind of know from Chevy is a Tahoe. I think Chevy have a few more cars, but Chevy, they ain't going nowhere. That's the original. I don't think they had no cars discontinued, but I know about that Chevy Tahoe. A Tahoe is a really nice truck to get. That's a really nice, inexpensive truck. Now, some people, they'll charge you a little bit more, even if it's older, because it is a truck. Like I said, it just differs from what you're looking for, due to size and mileage and things like that, cleanliness. And if somebody kept a car from 1999 and it's 2023 and the car is good, you know, then hey, they might still up the price on that, because some people don't even use cars when they selling them. Some people have cars for antiques. Like I always say, if you can buy a car from a private owner, which means that the person owned this car, they don't owe on that car. Never buy a car from somebody that still owe on the car. That's number one. If you buy a car from the street, you see somebody that has a sign, they're selling it at the house, or it's a car at the store, you definitely make sure that you get all the information about that car. Because see, some people out here trifling and they'll be trying to sell the car. And I rebuke this from happening in the name of Jesus, but the fact that I just thought of it, I'm going to say it. Anytime, if you buying a car from the street, and I mean, the car lots ain't no better, but we just gonna say that for another day, because at least they legal. But anyway, if you're buying a car from off the street, just make sure that you get the rundown on that car. Like, can I have a Carfax? Is this a privately owned vehicle, which means that you own this car? Like, you're not still, you don't owe $2,000 left, and I get to put in my name. Now I'm about to go get the tags on the car when it's 2 bands. That's still make sure that the car is paid off in full. Should nobody have no pride in answering that question? Hey, is this a privately owned vehicle? A lot of the times when older people sell privately owned vehicles, them the best cars to get. I wish I would have bought my car from an older person, because like I said, they got a lot of cars a lot of the times, and they're not driving them. They just like an antique, and they find like, hey, I'm gonna get it off. They don't care about the money, nothing like that. So just a little tip: if you buy a car from someone, make sure it's privately owned. But that Chevy Tahoe is a decent truck to have. You see a lot of Tahoes, man. Sometimes they be looking so different, and you can't even tell it's a Tahoe. You get to do rims and different things on those trucks. So that's a really good, inexpensive truck to get. Also, a minivan. Oh my God, did she just say a minivan? Girl, ain't nobody about to be pulling up to the club like that. Like, girl, is not about to pull up on these dudes. The wrong mindset. Ain't nobody worrying about no club. Ain't nobody worrying about no dude. I'm worried about if I got enough room in here to get the groceries. I'm worried about if I got enough room in here to grab the kids. I'm worried about if I got enough room in here to go pick up 15 of my cousins from the airport, because we having a family reunion. It's just all about your mindset, and it's about your perspective and how much space that you need. But baby, like I told y'all, I was ready to cash out $1,200 for a minivan. I would have had that truck the same day. Versus me trying to do it. And the only reason why I don't have that minivan is because the man, he wasn't answering the phone. I went up there, I think I went up there once, and I called him for a whole week, but I needed a car. So that's why I got the car I got now. Before I got the car that I got now, Alexis Love would have been on YouTube posting like this with the minivan. Hashtag me and bae. Just when it got gas in the car. I'm not playing. I'm not capping. Because doing the research on that minivan, I seen a minivan. Somebody said they drove a minivan up to 350,000 miles. The thing is, you don't really get a lot of mileage out of the cars like that. If the car is bad, the oil changes is always bad. If it's something broken on the car, if it got high mileage, these vehicles are made by, some of these vehicles are made based off the mileage. So some of them is not even meant to go that high. Like, I see people driving the Benz and they doing like 100. It's like, that's a luxury car. It's like, you know, you would think that you would, you know what I'm saying? So some things are not made to last forever. And then some things are made temporarily. Y'all gotta watch that other car video. I'm gonna link them car videos below, because I love talking about cars. But, you know, some things are not meant to last forever. So if it's a minivan and it only was about to cost me $1,500, it was gonna probably be like $2,000 after tax, whatever. Man, I don't care about none of that insurance, none of that. I'm talking about it was a clean minivan. It didn't look dirty. The radio looked good. I was so ready to test drive this truck. Don't let nobody discourage you. Don't have no part about nothing. We are blessed in this country, whether whatever we can get, whether big or small. Because in other countries, they got cars, and then you see people that's walking with no shoes on. I'm not the type of person that like to think that hard about stuff to be grateful. But lately, I've been thinking about stuff like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I need to stop. Okay, stop with the murmuring and complaining. Stop with and it's easier said than done, because sometimes you murmur and complain and different things go on in life that stress you out and stuff like that. Nobody tries to, and don't ever try to throw your feelings to the side, your wants and your needs. Just make sure that when you're doing something, you're being humble about it and you're being grateful about it. And you're not worrying about what somebody's gonna say if you pulling up in the minivan, because I was ready to slide and show everybody my new car. And I'm not gonna laugh about it right now at this moment, because I'm serious. I was so ready to buy this minivan, and I think it was a 2004 or 2006 minivan. And I would have took that minivan, and I don't care if it was a transmission, I don't care if it was a head gasket, I don't care what was going, engine blown. I would have took that minivan with that 200, or I think this was the killer part. The minivan only had like 160 some thousand miles. I was looking at a brand new car, 160 some thousand miles. You only want $2,000 for it, and it's a minivan, and it's clean, and I'm still seeing minivans on the streets. Now, the thing that would have had me thinking too, like, okay, well, if it's so good like this with low mileage, why are they selling it for so cheap? But the car lot that I was looking at, that's their specialty. They specialize in cheap cars. Now, like I said, it would have been on me to buy that and buy as is, and then if I would have found out the transmission, I still wouldn't care, because guess what? On a 2004 or 2006, the transmission out and stuff like that, now pieces still get expensive on a car, but I really would have cash that out versus cashing out the $2,000 being used for my warranty on a Ford truck, getting that transmission done. So sometimes stuff just makes sense. Again, don't have no pride. A minivan is another good car that you gonna always, I bet you the minivan gonna be the last car standing, the last truck standing. And if they make a mini car, then I think that'll be fire too. You know what I'm saying? 2 for 1. But just still, like, don't have no shame, don't have no problem. You watching this video. If you're someone looking for a car, maybe you already have a car and you just want a little hoopty for when you go out to go hiking and stuff like that, these are the best cars to get. Also, a Buick. A Buick is another, man, a Buick is really, really nice. I love the newer versions of Buicks. Buick is another car that runs. Man, them Buicks run. I seen a Buick that had about like, it was almost pushing like 400,000 miles. This is no cap. That Buick was, and this was at a car lot. Now that's why I was like, I'm straight, because this already, it might be done for, you know what I'm saying? And they was still charging like 4,000 for it. I said, pigs, no. If I'm about to buy a car at 400,000 miles and don't know when it's gonna give out, then mileage on the car doesn't necessarily mean that the car is going to go out after so long. It's just you have to do things to maintain that car. The mileage just shows how much the car has been driven. Now, if you're still doing your regular maintenance, then you can have that car. We don't know how long these cars gonna go. Like I said, the longest I've seen somebody testify that they had a car, a 2009 Chevy Cobalt, and they drove it 400,000 miles, and they said they still had it. I seen that comment in 2019. You'll never know. The possibilities are endless. A Buick is a nice car. They have Buick cars, they have Buick trucks, and they ride so smooth. I drove a couple. They ride very, very smooth. A Buick reminds me of like a Buick reminds me of an upgraded luxury car. And I think a Buick, like I said, like the names and stuff, it ain't that no Chevy or no Cobalt or no Cavalier. These are classic cars. These are legendary cars. But you know, if it ain't no Scat Pack, then we ain't really trying to be seen in that. If it ain't got the label, then man, our generation, that's what we on. Labels this, labels that. Ain't nobody about to be struggling. And man, anybody got time for that bondage? Anybody got time for that? So like I said, a Buick is a cheap car, but it's still in the expensive category. Cause I think I don't even know how much an older Buick costs. I'm gonna leave that there, but I know I see some older ones out there. Usually I see like the black ones, the gray ones, the 4 doors, that kind of like long. Good cars. I promise you those cars will last. Always do your extended research. And if you did want like a in-between car, like a expensive car, not too expensive, I say go for a Buick. I say go for a nice Buick, period. Go ahead and get you a nice Buick, like a 2015, something like that. Now, it's still being a Buick, and like I said, a Buick is good cars. It might cost you a little bit more, but if you're looking for something nice in between of cheap and just flat out luxury, then I'm gonna say a Buick is in the middle. Let's talk about the expensive cars to buy that I think is a good car. A Lexus. Lexus are cars that you still see them on the road. And the thing I like about Lexus is they're low key, and sometimes you can't even tell it's the Lexus till you get up on it. The ones I see the most is the older ones. The older Lexus I see are like the gray. It look like a dirty gray color or like a off tan color, and they'll have that little Lexus logo in the front. A lot of these older cars, they look really, really nice in the inside. A Lexus is still beautiful in the inside. Some of them have like the brown or like the leather seats, just pure luxury. If you're looking for a nice, expensive car, go ahead and get you a 2023 Lexus. I ain't mad at you neither. But you can still get that Lexus if you wanted to, for a lesser price as well. But if you're looking for a luxury car, an expensive car, I say get a Lexus. They're still out here, the newer ones, the older ones, and they look really, really good. And I'm saying this because when you see stuff on the road, you have to think that, well, it can't be that bad if everybody has it, right? And just doing the research, you'll learn as well. A Nissan. Nissans are like another nice foreign car, and they don't cost that much, but Nissans are really, really good. You see a lot of Nissans out on the road. I usually see like the black ones. I think a Nissan would be a great expensive car, like a first-time car, or even somebody that's just looking for a car. I put them under the expensive category because they kind of are and kind of not. But like I said, when I put the cheap category, I was going for more of like the thousands, like 2,000, no more than 5,000 with the cheap category. But the expensive category, I'm kind of touching like 9,000, like 15,000. So we got the Lexus, you got the Nissan. Those are more like the 10,000. They're going up. I think a Nissan is a very good car. I believe Nissans are foreign. A lot of the time we look for a foreign car. We look for a foreign car. You don't even know the car that you're driving is foreign. Just because it's older, that don't mean it's not foreign. That don't mean it's not popular. That don't mean it's not known. And you just make things your own. Like, if you get an older car, you get an expensive car, you just make it your own. You make sure it's clean. You make sure it's taken care of. You make sure that you get car covers and stuff like that. Anything that you purchase, you are to make it your own and give it your own creativity. This is why I say don't let nobody talk about you and whatever you're doing, whatever transition that you're having. Don't let nobody talk about you if you picking up pop cans or whatever. You doing whatever. You got an older car, you slide down in the minivan. Don't let nobody talk about you, because at the end of the day, ain't nobody helping you. If they is, they still don't get the right to talk about you. Ain't nobody driving you. Don't nobody have to worry about it. That way, ain't nobody gonna be asking me, because I ain't calling Alexis, but she got a minivan. Even though it's 15 of us, I ain't gonna call her because she ain't about to drop us off at the club in no minivan. That's on them. Period. Sometimes stuff will have people stay away from me, like, girl, she got a minivan. We ain't riding with her. Good. Now y'all ride your own car and I'm gonna be straight. Period. Another good car that I always see on the road, and I'm just not saying this because it's my dream car. I'm saying this because it's out here a lot. A Mercedes-Benz. A Mercedes-Benz is everywhere. I mean, you see a Benz parked in the hood. You see a Benz parked in the hills. You see a Benz parked everywhere. You see a Benz parked on the hill. The thing that I love about Benz is their originality. I love how classic they are. It's just the work that they put in is worth it. It's really worth it. Now, I'm a little fan or whatever, but like I said, just besides me being a fan, I see how many of those are on the road. An older Benz, a newer Benz, and you just see Benzes everywhere. It's not like you don't see them. So this is why I said this would be a great expensive car to purchase. Now, me personally, I just love the fact how classy they are. They look really, really classy. They look really, really elegant. And it looks like they're just for, the Benz look mature. It looks like it's for, you like, girl, what? It's like the Benz looks mature. I feel like not just the look, but I mean, maybe the look and the price, but it looks like it's for like mature people. This might come off wild. It looks like a Benz to me personally is like for mature people that's not about to be doing 100 in the Benz, like people that care, people that want to take their time with stuff. And like I said, just people that have a higher level of maturity, people that like nice things. It's luxury. Then when they got together and they did their collab with Rolls Royce, was it Rolls Royce? beautiful. I'm talking about just straight beautiful. Now, I looked at the car and, Mercedes, y'all call me. Rolls-Royce, y'all call me. Y'all can call me because I got a little creative juices flowing too, because I seen some things that I could do with that Benz too. But I just love the way that Benz wasn't so closed-minded either. I love the way that they could collab with other people and do different things. And man, when I watch videos and I do researches, I love people that just stay consistent. They're consistent. They always dropping a new car. They always dropping a new feature. You ain't heard no bad reviews about no Benz, and I honestly love them. It's a car and a truck, a SUV. They're all out there. You always see a Benz. Like, if I was somebody going for, well, I just told y'all, I'll go for a Benz before any other luxury car. I don't care about no Ferrari, none of that stuff. I'm going for the Benz first. You get different shapes, different bodies. They have a large variety. And again, not personal on a personal level, but I mean, a Benz look like it's a really nice vehicle to have, because I see a lot of them on the road. It looks like the maintenance might be affordable, but again, this car is in the expensive category. So if you're looking for vehicles that, are more expensive and you're looking for a good quality car, I would say go with a Mercedes-Benz. I would say go with a Nissan. I most definitely say go with the Lexus. If you're looking for a more cheaper car, and it doesn't have nothing to do with money, but you're just looking for a more cheaper car and you're looking for that to be a good vehicle, I say go with the Chevy Cobalt, a Chevy Tahoe, or pretty much anything Chevy. I'll also say go with a Cavalier and go with the Buick. And I'm just say this, but just be careful when you buy Fords. I've heard a lot of things about them, and then I had one, and then it was like, what? I don't have no problem with Ford. If you ever see this video, Ford, I love you. And it's just from experience, and not just that truck I had. I drove some other Fords, and it was just like, So this is with any car, whether it's expensive or inexpensive. Make sure you do your extended research and get what fits you. Also, when y'all get these cars, I keep telling y'all, I know it's the summer, turn up, hey, we out here. I keep telling y'all, make sure to get the STP gas treatment. I'm ready to get sponsored by y'all. What's up? Call me. Hello? This y'all? Yeah. This right here, this gas treatment has been out for centuries. And what I love about this so much is you'll put this treatment in on when your car is losing gas. Like if you're on E, you'll put this in and you'll fill your gas tank up. You want to do this on a full tank of gas. This is something that you can use every single time you get gas. I was trying to put people on how I had gas from 3 weeks ago. I still got a full tank, and they was looking like, girl, what are you doing? And I was telling them, they was like, oh no honey, I got a Benz. Oh no, I got a Range Rover. I ain't never heard of no gas treatment, so I ain't putting that in my truck, because I think something Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Man, you can ask your grandparents about an STP gas treatment. That's where I learned it from. I learned about this from elders. If there's anything skeptical, do your extended research, like I always say, honey, and that's on period. But I'm gonna just let you know, I got this one for $329. They're usually like $5. The gas treatment, it tells you on the back, you want to use this when you're getting a full tank of gas. The purpose of this is to clean your gas tank. You using different gases. You used the 89 the other day. Now you want to turn around and use the 87. Now you got two different thickness of liquids going in your car. The filter messed up. You ain't really got an oil change lately. All this different stuff is going on. And the gas treatment is like, hello, I'm right here. You just put me in before you get your gas. And this is going to clean your gas system, your gas tank. Now, disclaimer, if there's something broken on your car, this is not going to fix that. What this does is it just keeps the gas flowing through your car like it's supposed to. This is going to allow your car to hold gas. It's a gas treatment, so it treats the car. A car is just like anything else that you have to take care of. You have to love this thing. You have to take care of this thing just to make sure it's working. And we love our cars, whether new or old, honey. So we making sure we get them oil changes, and we definitely making sure we getting that gas treatment, because I love my gas too. It's the summertime, everybody want to be out, and this little thing right here, I promise you, it will save you some money. Last summer, I did calculations where this thing right here saved me about, I don't even remember. I think it was in one of them videos. I'm dropping all them videos in the comment section of this video. Make sure y'all read the description, because, baby, me and this thing go back. I got one the other day. I was like, let me talk about this again. Get y'all a gas treatment. They're usually sold out on Amazon, so you might have to get some from the local corner store. They got them in the hood. They got them at the gas station. They got them everywhere, honey. Because I had got this one out the hood. They have them everywhere. When I say the hood, you know, like the little stores that have like dish soap, body soap. The stores that have like everything in there, like toothbrushes. The gas stations, like, you know, the little gas stations, not like a Speedway, but the little gas stations. Everybody have these because they usually sold out online. I'm gonna tell you why they sold out, because these was helping people. Y'all better get hit right now. I'm telling you right now, because people like, oh, you know, I got a newer car. Like, I'm not. Okay. Newer cars use more. You got the heat on. You driving fast. These are reasons why gas leave the car. Heat or air. Driving fast. It could depend on the gas that you put in a car. If it's watery and really got no ethanol, then hey, that could be the reason why. But this gas treatment is going to make sure that even through those climate changes, as you got the heat on, you got the air on, maybe it was doing 5 over the speed limit. We do not recommend to do that. Drive the speed limit. But this gas treatment is going to make sure that gas stays in your car. So this is why I love them. For the last time, when y'all buying that new car or that, you know, the cheaper car, get you a gas treatment, honey, because you're gonna be riding longer. You're gonna be in that 04 minivan, and they're gonna be in a new car. Like, bro, she always out here. I'm always out here because I ain't wasting no money. I'm saving gas. Alexis loves you. Mwah.